Welcome to the Northern Ontario Mining Showcase podcast. It's a limited series for the Echo Community Podcast Network by Story Studio Network and Clark Communications. We highlight the influential voices, partners, and leaders who are driving innovation, research, and development, creating new market opportunities and new ways of doing business in the mining industry.
Echo Network is on location at the Northern Ontario Mining Showcase, brought to you by Fednor. Here at PDAC 2024. Viviane Lapointe is here and representing Northern Ontario proudly, but also represents Fednor proudly as well. Viviane, tell us a little bit about Fednor's passion for Northern Ontario and the mining community.
Well, Fednor plays such a huge role here at PDAC. They subsidize exhibitors so that they're able to be here. And I'll tell you, I've walked the floor here over the past 3 years, and exhibitors have often told me they couldn't be here. They would not be able to come and represent their companies if they didn't have Fednor subsidizing their booths. It would be just too expensive for them. And we know that it's been hugely successful. Since 2015, over $100 million in sales, 900 jobs created. So it's just incredible. Last year alone, 40 million and 200 jobs. And those are reported sales by the companies that are presented here in Northern Ontario.
So let me get personal for a minute, because you're a Northern Ontario girl that came in, and I was doing a little bit of research and finding out that your family is a mining family. So I guess you have a really unique perspective of championing mining and the mining sector in Northern Ontario. And tell us maybe a little bit about your past, your family, and why this is also important.
I'm the I heart mining girl, I'll tell you that right now. My dad was a miner. I was born in Elliott Lake. He worked in the uranium mines there, and then we moved to Sudbury when I was 2 years old. Grew up in Sudbury. Dad was a miner. My brother's a miner. So we talked about mining a lot over the supper table. And it's such a part of Sudbury's legacy. It's our history. But it's also our future. When we see what's happening in the world around critical minerals, there is no net zero without critical minerals. We know that some world economists are saying that the demand for critical minerals is going to increase by 500% by the year 2050. So this is a great time to be a mining town, I think. And that's why this mining convention is so important. It allows us to showcase Sudbury, Northern Ontario, and Canada to investors across the world.
And we get that when we walk around and talk to some of the many vendors here and saying we would never have a chance to rub arms with some of the major mining groups that are here, and it really makes their company blossom. One of the things that seems very incredibly optimistic from my point of view is watching at this point in time, it feels like all governments, all colors, stripes of colors, they're all coming together and saying this is a really incredible time for Northern Ontario and what's about to happen in the mining sector.
I agree, and you see it work. So you see the Ford government and the federal government, provincial government working very closely because we have to. And the other important piece of that also is our partnership with the Indigenous communities. So everyone is rolling up their shirt sleeves and wanting to capitalize and seize on the opportunities that are before us, but to do it in a way that's very responsible. We want to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are here today, but also think about the opportunities for future, for our younger generation, and ensure that we're doing that in a really environmental conscious way. And that's something, mining, I talked to some people, especially around Southern Ontario, and they love the idea of green and environmental policies of the government. And then I ask them about mining, they go, and I go, yeah, well, but there's no net zero without mining. That bike that you drive, that you like riding, that electric vehicle that you drive, you need critical minerals to make that happen. And so there's an important story to tell there for sure.
Is there anything here that's really caught your attention where you said, okay, this is pretty cool?
Well, for me, it's the mining innovation, the mining technology that you're seeing here, and there's so much advancement. But certainly, I can see one of the more popular booths is the fat truck, and I know that they've already made some sales here. We only just opened yesterday, and they've already made some sales, so they're pretty excited. But it's the mining innovation and technology that you're seeing that is increasing not only the decarbonization, but the safety for employees, where you're starting to see a lot of the work happen more remotely. so they are safer, and people like playing with those joysticks, so that's always a lot of fun too.
Well, thank you very much. Viviane Lapointe holds on and supports the Fednor file, and I'm sure everybody is patting your back for allowing their businesses to grow and supporting an initiative like this, the Northern Ontario Mining Showcase. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and it's great being here with you.
Thanks for listening to the Northern Ontario Mining Showcase podcast. The series is produced for the Echo Community Podcast Network by Story Studio Network and Clark Communications. For more information, visit our website, northbayecho.ca.